charge 30% surcharge for a total of $185. Are you able to pay that today, Mr. Green?
How much I gotta pay?
A total of $185.
I could pay it Wednesday.
Okay, not a problem. I will, you're going to receive an email from the clerk's office regarding your payment options. They're going to give you a payment due date. If you need more time than that, you'll need to contact them. Do you have any questions about that?
You say they're gonna send me an email?
You got it. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, I'm good.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Green. Have a good rest of your day.
You too, thank you.
Bye-bye. Mr. Oh, hi there. Come on up, Mr. Zarlingo. How are you? Good. Are you ready on all these cases?
Everybody.
3 of them.
I'm ready for it. I think they should check.
And are your clients here?
No,
Oh, are they on? Okay. All right. Do I have Tyrell Holmes, EM 4288? Mr. Holmes, are you with? There you are. I can't hear you, Mr. Holmes. Can you talk so I can see if I can hear you? Oh, he's connecting to audio. Give me 1 sec. Let me try it. Mr. Limes, are you with me? Thomas Limes? Hi, Mr. Limes. I can see you. Can you speak?
That's good.
Mr. Limes, you are unmuted. Do you want to just try to talk so I can hear you? Mr. Limes, can you hear me? You need to push your microphone again so you can unmute.
Yeah, push the microphone.
There we go. You got it. You got it. We got you now. Don't touch anything else.
I won't. Right.
This is case number CM 296658. Mr. Limes appearing out of custody by video, and your attorney and myself are here in the courtroom. Go ahead, Mr. Zarlingo.
Thanks, Charlie. Paul Zarlingo on behalf of Mr. This case, Your Honor, was set today for, I guess, kind of a status conference. Mr. Cohen had made an offer where if he completes certain conditions, it would result in dismissal. He unfortunately has not completed the death class. He's done everything else. Mr. Cohen has an objection to continuing this matter one more time to just put him into compliance with that. And I don't know if the 25th of May would be a possibility.
Mr. Limes, have you signed up for your class yet?
No, I didn't know I had to sign up for it. I just thought I had to write the paper. I
Well,
read it.
no, you have to sign up and take the class.
I read it wrong. I'm sorry.
All right, that's okay. So you'll need to get set up. If I give you about 30 days, does that give you enough time?
Yes, ma'am. Plenty of time.
All right,
Sorry, I thought I had it all together today. I'm sorry.
that's okay. Let me just check the calendar. Is May 25th the court day? All right, so we'll do May 25th at 1 p.m. Hopefully on that day, you'll have your class done, sir, and we can dismiss this case.
That'd be great. I hope so too. Get it done. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. You're excused from the call.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Mr. Paul.
Tyrell Holmes, EM 4288. Just push your microphone, Mr. Holmes.
How you doing?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
All right. Myself and your attorney are here in the courtroom. Mr. Holmes is appearing by video. Go ahead, Mr. Zarlingo.
Thanks, Paul Zarlingo on behalf of Mr. Holmes. I appeared by video. Your Honor, I'm aware that this case is growing a little bit old. Mr. Holmes is on probation. He needs to confer with the probation officer to get their blessing before we can resolve the case.
Okay.
I do think we're moving towards a resolution. And with that, I'd ask to continue this to the same date, the 25th of May. His meeting with the probation officer is on the 20th.
All right, Mr. Holmes, were you able to hear your attorney okay?
Yes.
So what we're gonna do is continue your case until May 25th after your probation appointment. Hopefully we'll have a better idea of where you're situated so that we can figure out how we're gonna get this case resolved.
Okay.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
All right, and is he on? He's not on bond. Is he on bond? I don't think so. No, Holmes. Okay. Mr. Zerlingo, what was the name of the first defendant that we heard?
The first case.
Limes, got it, Limes, never mind, got it. Just want to make sure he's not on bond too. Nope, all right, do I have Tony Woods, CM 304349?
It's actually Tony Dodds.
No, there was a paperclip in the way, Tony Dodds. Mr. Dodds, are you with us? Need to push the microphone or *6 to unmute. I have my screen minimized. Let me open my participants. I don't see, Mr. Dodds, are you calling in from a phone? That's different. Okay. All right. He is not here. Have you had any communication with him?
I'll go give her a call.
Okay.
Yes.
She, thank you. My apologies for the wait. Emma Shoup, EM 9229. Come on up. Hello, Ms. Shoup. Did you have any questions about the rights advisement video? All right, and you have a ticket here from March 27th for speeding. That's a 6-point violation. The prosecutor is offering to reduce your ticket to a 3-point charge of improper lane usage. Would you like to accept that offer today?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone made you any promises or threatened you to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would impair your ability to make a good decision? Do you understand that pleading guilty means that you are giving up all of the rights that you have in the case, including the right to have an attorney, the right to have a trial, and the right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you plead to the 3-point charge of improper lane usage on March 27th, 2022 at the 10,400 block of Highway 2 in Commerce City, Colorado?
Guilty.
Thank you. I accept your guilty plea and find that it's knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Is there anything that you would like me to know about your case before I impose the fine?
No.
All right, so the officer clocked you going 70 and a 45. Definitely want you to watch that speed. I do see that you have no prior tickets. Normally the fine would be 160. I'm going to reduce it to 120. There are $20 of court costs, $9 fuel charge, 30% surcharge. Total comes to $185. Are you able to pay that today?
Okay.
All right, so what I'm going to have you do is talk to my clerks at the window to set up a payment arrangement. As long as you make the payment by the due dates that they give you, you won't need to appear. But if you do need more time, you need to appear on those due dates, or a default could enter and collections would be imposed. It adds a 25% fee, so it just gets higher and higher. Any questions?
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
My apologies for my multitasking. I'm in another jurisdiction today as well. Really quick. Timothy Sanders, EM 13506.
Yep, I'm here.
Hi, Mr. Sanders. Did you have any questions about the rights advisement?
No.
All right, and you have a ticket here for speeding. It is a 6-point violation from March 21st. The prosecutor is offering to reduce your ticket to a 3-point charge of improper lane usage. Would you like to accept this offer?
Yes.
And has anyone made you any promises or threatened you to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would impair your ability to make a good decision?
No.
Do you understand that pleading guilty means that you are giving up the rights that you have in the case, including the right to have an attorney, the right to have a trial, and the right to appeal?
Yes.
How do you plead to the 3-point charge of improper lane usage on March 21st, 2022 in the 9600 block of Tower Road in Commerce City, Colorado?
Guilty.
Thank you. I accept your guilty plea and I find that it's knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Is there anything that you'd like me to know before I impose the fine?
No.
All right, so it looks like you have 1 4-pointer counting against you. For your 2-year time period, your 1-year time period, you're doing okay. All right, normally the fine is 160. Since you haven't had any tickets in the last year, I will reduce it to 120. There are $20 of court costs, a $9 fuel charge, and a 30% surcharge, making your total $185. Are you able to pay that today?
No, not today, but I can pay it Monday.
All right, so you're going to get an email from my clerk with your payment options. When you get that, you'll need to respond on or before the date that they provide. If you haven't paid the fine ahead of time, you'll need to make sure that you appear on that court date, okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Tyler Romero, EM 12101. Come on up to the podium in the middle is fine. Good afternoon. Oops, Mr. Romero, any questions about the rights advisement video? All right, and you have a ticket here. I'm gonna close this out. Hang on one sec. A ticket here from April 2nd for speeding. That's a 6-point violation. The prosecutor is offering you a reduction to a 2-point charge of driving with a defective vehicle. Would you like to accept that offer? Has anyone made you any promises or threatened you to get you to plead guilty? Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would impair your ability to make a good decision? Do you understand that pleading guilty means you're giving up all of the rights that you have in the case, including the right to have an attorney, the right to have a trial, and the right to appeal? How do you plead to the 2-point charge of driving with a defective vehicle on April 2nd, 2022 in the 8300 block of Tower Road in Commerce City, Colorado? Thank you. I accept your guilty plea, find that it's knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Is there anything that you wanted me to know before I impose the fine? All right, so the officer clocked you going 66 and a 45. Want you to watch that speed, but I do see that you've never had a ticket before, so you're doing fine point wise. I am going to impose that $120 fine. There are $20 of court costs, $9 fuel charge, 30% surcharge for a total of $185. Are you able to pay that today? Great, so I'll have you stop at the window to pay the clerks, and then that would conclude your case. Thank you. Were you able to get in touch with your client?
She shouldn't be checked at this point.
Okay, Tony Dodds, are you with me? *6 or the microphone icon to unmute.
No.
Not on, yes. All right, I'll open my screen so I can see when she comes on.
Judge Klein, this is Krista. I have not received a registration from Tony yet.
Okay. She needs to register so that we can send her the link. Sorry. All right, hopefully we get that quickly. Oscar Ruiz, EM 8654. Oscar Ruiz, *6
Yeah, this is
unmute.
This is Oscar Ruiz.
Good afternoon, sir. Did you have any questions about your rights advisement?
Can I get an interpreter? Because I don't
We
understand.
have an
much of
interpreter
it.
on today? Okay, señor, lo siento, pero no tenemos un intérprete hoy. Si quiere un intérprete, necesita una fecha diferente.
Oh, okay. Déjame ver si está mi hijo aquí, hijo. Alejandro, are you busy? Okay, he's coming. My son is going to interpret it.
Well, we need a court certified interpreter.
Oh, so he cannot help me?
So what I'm gonna do is continue your case because it does sound like maybe you want to have a trial. So I want to make sure that you understand all of your rights and options.
Oh, okay.
All right, so my clerk is gonna send you a new court date by email.
Okay.
She's gonna send that at the same email address that you used to register today.
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ruiz. We will see you at your next court date for a continued arraignment.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Daniel Lopez, EM 6206. Good afternoon. Mr. Lopez, did you have any questions about the rights advisement video?
No.
All right, and you have a ticket here for speeding. It's a 4-point violation. The prosecutor is offering to reduce your ticket to an obstructed window charge. Would you like to accept that offer?
Yes.
All right, and I'm sorry, that's a 0-point violation if I didn't say. Has anyone made you any promises or threatened you to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would impair your ability to make a good decision?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand that pleading guilty means you're giving up all of the rights that you have in the case, including the right to have an attorney, the right to have a trial, and the right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you plead to the 0-point obstructed window charge on March 23rd, 2022 in the 10,100 block of Highway 2 in Commerce City, Colorado?
Guilty.
Thank you. I accept your guilty plea and find that it's knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Is there anything that you'd like me to know before I impose the fine?
No, ma'am.
All right, let me take a look at the ticket. All right, and I see that you've never had a ticket before. How long have you been here in Colorado?
I'm a native.
Well, that's a pretty good record then.
Well, actually, I could tell the teacher, I did have a speeding ticket a year ago. I don't know if that against me, but I don't want you to think that,
Like a year ago.
yeah,
The,
it was listed for jail.
I always just make sure if it's an egregious speed, sometimes I'll use a record to increase the penalty, but I also like to make sure that people know what their point situation is. This is a 0-pointer, so it's not as critical for me to exactly know what your history is.
Yeah, I just didn't want you to.
No, thank you for your honesty
I
there.
had that speeding ticket, so, yeah.
All right, so this is a 0-pointer, doesn't count against you. I'm gonna impose an $80 fine. There are $20 of court costs, $9 fuel charge, 30% surcharge, comes to a total of $133. Are you able to pay that today?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Then I'll have you stop at the window. You'll make your payment there and that will conclude your case.
Okay, and then
Thank
we'll
you.
remind me.
Yes, just out and to the left.
Thank you very
Have a
much.
good day. It keeps happening where we don't have the right history. I don't like that. Dylan Bustos, EM 9227.
How you doing, ma'am?
Hi, Mr. Bustos. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you for asking. Did you have any questions about the rights advisement?
No, ma'am.
All right, and you have a ticket here from March 24th for following too closely, a 4-point violation, and speeding, a 4-point violation. The prosecutor is offering to dismiss both original charges if you plead guilty to a 2-point defective vehicle and complete an Alive at 25 driving class. Would you like to accept that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone made you any promises or threatened you to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would impair your ability to make a good decision?
No.
Do you understand that pleading guilty means you are giving up all of the rights that you have in the case, including the right to have an attorney, the right to have a trial, and the right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you plead to the 2-point charge of driving with a defective vehicle on March 24th, 2022 at the 16,800 block of East 104th Avenue in Commerce City, Colorado?
I plead guilty.
Thank you. I accept your guilty plea and I find that it's knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Is there anything that you would like me to know about your case before I impose the fine?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever had a ticket before, Mr. Bustos?
No, ma'am.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to impose a fine, but suspend part of your fine on condition that you complete the 1-day Alive at 25 driving class. You can either complete that in person or online. If you choose to do the online class, you need to make sure that you click on the Colorado link to ensure that you do the correct course.
Okay.
You're going to get the information about the class by email from my clerk. You will have a due date in about 60 days. It is your responsibility to turn that certificate of completion into the court. We must receive it before the due date, or you do need to appear on that date. Any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
All right, I am imposing a $300 fine and suspending $200 on condition that you complete Alive at 25. There are $20 court costs, $9 fuel charge, 30% surcharge. The total that you will owe is $159. You're going to get some information about paying that as well. I'll give you a stay of execution on the payment until the class due date. So they'll be due at the same time. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Bustos, I'm sorry, I'm just now seeing this. Are you 17?
Yes,
And do you have a parent with you today?
I do.
Can I speak to your parent, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, this is Dion
Hi, thank you, ma'am. Can I get your last name?
Henderson, Henderson.
Thank you. And Ms. Henderson, did you have any questions about your son's rights?
No, I didn't.
And is he entering into this plea agreement with your permission?
He is, yes.
Wonderful. Did you have any questions about the conditions of his sentence?
I didn't, as long as they have a correct email address.
I can note that if you need me to. What is it?
Do you want to send it to you or me?
You.
Send it to me, please, at D as in dog, 3366 EON, like Edward Oscar Nancy, at Gmail.
366 EON.
D, you got the D as in dog?
Yes, D.
Okay, D3366 EON at Gmail.
Got it.
Yes, ma'am.
I thought I made a mistake putting the 2 3s, but I had it right. All right. Any other questions?
No, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, you as well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Michelle Parrott, EM 14503.
Okay, I'm here.
Hi, Ms. Parrott. Did you have, oh, you've been here before and been advised.
Yeah.
It looks like you are here today for a continuance on your conditions.
Yeah.
The prosecutor is not objecting to a continuance. Tell me where you are in completing your community service.
So I've done the orientation, which I believe is an hour. So with the last extension, I was sick. Basically that entire month after this last court date, I was sick for another 2 weeks. And then I ended up with a job that I am on my 60-day probationary period. So I mean, I'm working like 6 days a week, about 60 hours a week. And the one day I have off, trying to find a babysitter for after, you know, I have somebody watching them basically 6 days a week, has been extremely hard.
So when you said you did your orientation, do you mean the orientation to do the community service?
Yeah, I've already done that. So I believe that was credited an hour towards my community service hours.
Where are
So
you
I have
completing
15
them?
left. Goodwill in Thornton.
Perfect.
Yeah. I've been working like crazy, so.
All right. So if I give you about 30 days, does that give you enough time?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, once my probationary period with work is over, I'll have more days off, so.
Wonderful. And obviously, you know, it's very important for you to complete these conditions so that we can dismiss your case. After the case is dismissed, it becomes eligible for sealing. If you pay the petition or file a petition and pay the fee, then you can legally say that the record does not exist.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Be on the lookout for that email with your next court date.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I see Miss Dodds in here. Come on up, Mr. Zarlingo. Recalling Tony Dodds, CM 304349.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Ms. Dodds. Thank you for joining us today. Myself and your attorney are in the courtroom. You are appearing virtually by Zoom. Go ahead, Mr. Zarlingo.
Thanks, Sharon. Paul Zarlingo on behalf of Ms. Dodds, she appeared by video. This here again is a little bit of an aging case. I've had a bit of a struggle getting a complete copy of discovery that was provided today with the CT.
Okay.
I've had flash drives that didn't work, and the people have made every effort, but I'm not really in a position to do much. And so with that, I asked to continue this to the 25th of May.
Okay. So the disc that you got today it is openable and you can see the discovery? Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, Ms. Dodds, my apologies that we continue this case. for the discovery, but it sounds like your attorney should have the information that he needs now to have a conversation with you about your rights and options and how you want to proceed. So we're going to go ahead and continue your case until May 25th. That's 2/5/2022 at 1 p.m. Do you have any questions today?
No, ma'am.
All right. It sounds like you have a cold. I hope you feel better.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You have a blessed day.
Thank you. All right. And then, so we'll just wait for the jail cases. Are you handling both of them?
I am, I've set my computer up in. there's a
Perfect.
jury room, So
Sounds good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to see you.
It's nice to see you too.
I was pulling for you
Me too.
here.
That's all right. I'm everywhere else and I'm super busy. Like I'm covering a conflict case in Denver during the midst of all this. So it's just a mess. I had signed up to cover this a couple months ago when I continued it. But you know, they needed somebody here and I'm the only one. So
I'm sorry to see Judge Ross passed away.
I know.
made it to his service.
Did you go? I had planned on it and then I got emergency called in and I couldn't make it. So that's a difficult thing about being a backup in a lot of places is that you're kind of it. And if you're on the docket, you don't have somebody to replace you. So you have to be there.
So where are you?
So I'm presiding in Brighton, Mountain View, Keensburg, and Hudson. Those three are only one day a month. And then I back up here, Westminster, Thornton now, Erie, Severance, Windsor. Those are all a couple times a year kind of thing. And then the majority of my work is still Denver as a magistrate.
Okay, I'm in Denver quite a bit, and then I do court from here.
Yeah.
Thornton, I'm gonna kind of take off because I don't want to have to start to drive out there again.
I know. Well, you know, Judge Soros has been appointed as the presiding now.
That's right.
Yeah.
I
So,
remember just a little bit when she was at DA.
yeah, and she was the presiding judge in Westminster for a few years.
That's right.
Left to go to the DA's office and then came back to do this. So I think she'll be good. I think she's much different than Judge Rose. So we'll see, you know, what difference that makes.
Yeah. Well, so I'm happy to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Thanks, take care.
You too. Thank you. Well, he's going to go in the jury room. He's got a computer set up. All right, Kayla Kettle Oliver, EM 3725. Hi, Ms. Kettle. Did you have any questions about the rights advisement?
No.
All right. I'm breaking up a tiny bit. If I have any issues, I'll let you know. Ms. Kettle, you have a ticket here from March 21st for speeding. It's a 6-point violation. The prosecutor is offering to reduce your ticket to a 2-point charge of driving with a defective vehicle. Would you like to accept this plea offer?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Has anyone made you any promises or threatened you to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would impair your ability to make a good decision?
No.
And I'm sorry, I'm just also now seeing there was a charge of no proof of insurance. For the record, you have provided that to the prosecutor, so he is dismissing that charge. Do you understand that your guilty plea to the 2-point defective vehicle means that you are giving up all of the rights that you have in the case, including the right to have an attorney, the right to have a trial, and the right to appeal?
Yes.
How do you plead to the 2-point charge of driving with a defective vehicle on March 21st, 2022 in the 9300 block of Highway 2 in Commerce City, Colorado?
Guilty.
Thank you. I accept your guilty plea and find that it's knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Is there anything that you would like me to know before I impose the fine?
No.
All right. I see that you've not had a ticket before. The officer did clock you going 67 and a 45. So that's definitely too fast. I want you to make sure that you're watching that. I am going to impose a $120 fine. There are $20 of court costs, $9 fuel charge, 30% surcharge. The total that you'll owe is $185. And are you able to pay that today?
No, not today.
All right, so when you get the email from my clerk with your payment options, make sure that you select the one that works best for you and set that up. If you fail to make that payment or fail to appear, then your case would go into collections and default. So I don't want that to happen. Do you have any questions?
No.
Thank you, Ms. Kettle. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. And I see Angela Hampton checked in.
Yeah.
Hi there. Are you here for your own case? Uh-oh, you're breaking up, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, it is for your own case?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't see you on my docket. Let me try to figure that out. Have you spoken to the prosecutor?
I was about to say it might actually be. So I got an email. Okay, so I was supposed to do community service and theft, like a little theft class, a 1-day theft class.
Mm-hmm.
And it says it wasn't due till the 4th. But
Okay.
then I got an email stating something about today. So I just signed on just to make sure I'm still okay, or
All right, let
if
me check your case. One moment.
Okay.
So I show that your case is next set on May 4th at 1:15.
Okay, that's
about the help class.
That's what I thought, but I got an email stating today too, so I just wanted to sign on so that way I didn't mess anything up.
Okay, let me just check. I want to make sure. I don't want you to hang up if we need you here.
Yeah, I was like, well, I have one that says May 4th too. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, everything that I'm seeing is May 4th. So I want you to go ahead and appear on May 4th, okay?
Okay, and then while I have you, I don't know if you could help me with that, but so I'm not working at the moment. And they told me when I go to court to ask for vouchers for my class.
Well, I think you'll need to contact the clerk's office about that. I'm not sure what that process is.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
See, I told you it was such a mistake.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Judge Klein. Thank you so much for your patience. We are doing video prisoner advisements. We only have them for a short amount of time availability so the deputies can get back to the other courts as well. So just be a few more minutes. Thank you.
Don't point this at me right now. Don't point it at me.
Okay, I think we're.
Excellent. Let me finish up my note on this one case and then I'll put that again. One sec.
Okay, we are back on the record on Brandon Satori Rojas. And did you have enough time to talk with your client, Mr. Sarlengo?
I did. And just to let them know, I wanted to make sure that Mr. Rojas understands what he's doing today. And let them know what I have heard first. Talked about kids where of the proceedings and understands. But given this sort of awkward nature of the I think it's just more
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Saturday, do you think you understand everything that we've talked about so far today? You're muted. Can you unmute your screen? Push it and push the microphone. All right. Do you understand what it means to plead guilty to the disorderly conduct charge? All right. So we are now at the point where I've gone through the advisement, and I need to know if you plead guilty or not guilty to disorderly conduct in Commerce City, Colorado on January 13th, 2021. Thank you. I accept your guilty plea, and I find that you're making the plea knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently with full advisement of counsel and understanding of the potential consequences. Mr. Zelengo, anything in regard to sentencing?
Thanks, Ron. Mr. Sauer, thank you. This is the medical on 6 that was never mental health programs slides with the I think he does have some. And looking at the allegations in this case, they're essentially that it is something that would be consistent with mental health. He's not on medication right now. With regard to criminal history, that with that, jail sentence recommendation. I'd ask that he be credited for the time that
That's what I show as well. Mr. Saturday, is there anything that you would like me to know before I impose the sentence? All right, I have reviewed the report. I have reviewed your criminal history. The concerning thing that I see, Mr. Saturday, is that the criminal history that I see is it continues to be against your family. As I look through the prior cases, I see that the victim in one case is Estela Rojas. I see that you have a new felony menacing violation for the victim who is your father, Porfirio. I am going to be imposing a protection order, and as hard as it is for families to understand and be able to abide by those, I am ordering that you abide by the protection order. It will be a condition of your case. As you know, you have a no contact order in your current case right now. So you are to have no contact of any kind in that case. In this case, my restraining order is limited to telling you that you may not harass, molest, intimidate, retaliate against, or tamper with any witness to or victim of the acts you are charged with committing, namely Porfirio Saturday, Elizabeth Falcon, and Michael Lapham. Do you understand this restraining order? Any violation could result in the revocation of your sentence. It could result in the filing of a new charge against you. I do note that you have served 32 days of jail, so I am going to impose 30 days, but suspend it on condition that you abide by this restraining orders that I have just imposed, and you are to have no further criminal violations for 12 months. I am not imposing any fine or any court costs because you have served 32 days. Do you have any questions about this sentence? Your bond is released. Mr. Zarlingo, anything further? Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you, Mr. Saturday. Good luck. Thank you, deputies. Yes, ma'am. So, I think it's a confusion because
Anne,
yes.
duydun adamı. 16 saat community service verdi. Diyor puan vermeyeceğim seni.
I knew that I got into the wrong
Sonra
I thought I had fixed it.
şey prove etmemiz lazım that my car and her car insurance.
You are done. Thank you, sir.
Like biz bunu hallettik. Like şey etmediler diyor.
Ya da karşı taraftan şey istiyorlar, istiyor. Bunlar bize
Ya aynen öyle. Onu vermemiz lazım.
Okay, the orders are in on the pleas for $90 days on each. Spend 45. Oh crap, I forgot to write her pre-sentence confinement. Ah. She has 15 days pre-sentence confinement credit. So she's serving 30. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna need to go in on each. Okay, which one do I need to fix, Mr. Holmes?
Yes.
Sorry about that. It's okay. And I did write it on Mr. Holmes, right?
So Mr. Lyons is perfect.
Mr. Lyons is perfect. That's what I meant.
Yes. It's the same situation that, except the class situation, supposed to the. I set after 5.
I must not have changed it because I knew that I wrote that I have probation appointment on 5.
Really?
Yeah, so I must just have not saved it.
Yeah. I don't know why I tried to do these.
All right, let me- all right. Thank you all so much for your patience. I'm going to start calling your cases. I'm looking at my computer here and you're on this side, so my apologies for not looking directly at you. Do I have Kiara Jackson, EM 5772?
Yes, I'm right here. Hi.
Hi, Ms. Jackson. Do you have a parent or guardian with you today?
I do not. I'm currently at school right now.
Okay. So we need to have your parent with you.
Okay.
Do they know you have this ticket?
Yes, they do.
All right. So we are going to need to give you a new court date. And you are going to receive that by email.
Okay.
Your parent must appear with you.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
I don't.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day. Appreciate your patience.
Thank you.
The defendant FTA at trial. Elena Sears. Do I have Elena Sears in the call? Unmute by pushing *6 or the microphone icon. All right, this case was set for a trial to the court at 2 p.m. It is now 3:18. The defendant has failed to appear. A bench warrant will issue for her arrest. Okay. That's 3670. All right, looking at the criminal history, it doesn't look like she has a history. There are no prior failures to appear in this case. So a bench warrant will issue. The court is going to authorize a $500 personal recognizance bond. Speedy trial is waived today and will begin anew at her next appearance. Zanaya Miranda, EM 5773.
Yes.
Hi there, Ms. Miranda. Any questions about the rights advisement that you reviewed?
No.
All right, and you have a ticket here for theft. This is from March 14th, 2022. Do you have a parent with you today?
Yes. Hello.
Hi, can I get your name for the record?
Aisha Parker.
Thank you, Ms. Parker. Did you have any questions about your daughter's rights?
No.
All right, one moment. So it looks like you have made an agreement with the prosecutor to continue your case for you to have time to complete certain conditions in exchange for a dismissal of your case. Is that your understanding of the agreement, Ms. Miranda?
Yes.
Those conditions are that you complete 16 hours of community service. You are to take a 1-day theft class and write a 300-word essay about what you learned in the class. You are to have no further violations during the time that your case is open. And you are to abide by a no contact order for the benefit of Walmart at 5990 Dahlia Street during the time that your case is open. Is this your understanding of the conditions?
Yes.
Is this your understanding as to, Mom?
Yes, but I have a quick question.
Yes.
So, if she has like another court date, is that the same thing as a violation?
As long as it doesn't happen from today forward.
Okay, then yes, everything's clear.
All right, so what we're going to do is give you a new court date in about 60 days.
Okay.
You are going to get an email from my clerk with all of the requirements that you have to complete. That 16 hours of community service needs to be done at a nonprofit organization like church, school, Goodwill, or an animal shelter or food bank, something like that. And you'll need to complete the class and print out a copy of the class certificate and provide that to the court. You'll need to write the 300-word essay. It needs to be about what you learned in the class and how it applies to your case. I do read those, so make sure that you do a thoughtful essay. And then you are not to go to the property at 5990 Dahlia Street, the Walmart. Any questions about these requirements?
No.
All right, be on the lookout for that email and we'll see you back here in about 60 days.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Natalie Hirsch, EM 5149.
So you're here. I'm here.
Hi, Ms. Hirsch. Any questions about the rights advisement that you reviewed?
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said no, ma'am.
All right, and who did you bring with you today?
My mom.
Hi there, what's your name for the record?
Heidi Hirsch.
Thank you, Ms. Hirsch. Did you have any questions about your daughter's rights?
No, ma'am.
It looks like you have a ticket here. Hang on one sec. This is a ticket for juvenile loitering. This happened on March 26th at 4:17 a.m. My understanding, Ms. Hirsch, is that you will be pleading guilty to this charge. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Mrs. Hirsch, is that what you believe that your daughter should do?
Yes, ma'am.
Natalie, has anyone made you any promises or threatened you to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would impair your ability to make a good decision?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand that pleading guilty means you are giving up the right to have an attorney represent you?
No, ma'am.
No, she's saying, do you understand that if you, if I think I got it right, if you don't have an attorney, you plead guilty?
Oh, yes.
Do you understand that you are giving up the right to have a trial and have the city prove this case against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are giving up the right to confront any witness called against you and the right to bring witnesses of your own?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are giving up the right to testify or to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that you are giving up the right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
The maximum penalty that may be imposed against you is a fine of up to $2,650. Do you understand that your guilty plea could affect any probation, parole, or immigration issue that you may be facing?
Yes.
I'm going to read to you the charge. It says, it shall be unlawful for any minor. Sorry, it just went away from me. Hang on a sec. It shall be unlawful for any minor to loiter, idle, wander, stroll, or play in or upon any public street, alley, sidewalk, park, playground, schoolyard, public building, or other public place between the hours of 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. unless the minor is accompanied by his or her parent or guardian, or on an errand directed by his or her parent or guardian, engaged in employment activity, including commuting directly to or from his or her place of employment, involved in an emergency, exercising rights protected by the First Amendment, or returning directly home from such activity, or attending or returning directly home from an official school, church, or civic activity. Do you understand the charge of juvenile loitering?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you agree that you committed that offense on March 26, 2022 at 102nd and Blackhawk in Commerce City, Colorado?
Yeah.
How do you plead to the charge?
Guilty.
Thank you. I accept the guilty plea and find that it's knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Is there anything that you want me to know about your case before I impose the fine?
No, ma'am.
Mrs. Hirsch, anything that you would like me to know?
No, ma'am.
All right. Do you know who she was out with that night, Mrs. Hirsch?
Nathaniel Cook is his name, I guess. He was a runaway from the state at the time.
This gentleman is known to be a person that steals cars, breaks into cars. And when the officers contacted them, it kind of looked like that was the plan. They were checking door handles and things like that. This is, Natalie, not a person that you should be hanging out with late at night, because if there was a stolen motor vehicle or a break into a car and you're with that person, you can be charged as an accessory, as aiding and abetting. Breaking into a car may be a felony offense. Stealing a car certainly is a felony offense. Any questions about that?
No, ma'am. Oh my God.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to impose a $150 fine. I'm going to suspend that fine on condition that you complete 8 hours of community service.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
I am going to give you about 45 days or 60 days to get that done. One moment.
And
The other condition of the suspended sentence is that you have no further violations during the time that your case is open. Your case will close once you have provided proof of the 8 hours of community service. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner your case will close. There are $29 of court costs that you'll have to pay. And you'll get information about that.
Okay.
All right. Did you have a question, ma'am? I'm sorry.
I thought I heard that you were saying over a last case that a food bank was acceptable.
It sure is, yes.
Okay.
Yep. Any other questions?
No, ma'am.
So you're going to get an email with the instructions on how to provide proof of the community service. Be on the lookout for that sometime later today, possibly tomorrow morning.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you both. Have a good day.
You too.
Ace Turhan, EM 14045.
I'm here.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I can't hear you very well. Are you able to increase your volume?
Yeah, give me one moment. Can you hear me now?
Hang on, let me turn mine up more. Oh, mine's at max. So you'll just need to be closer to your microphone.
Is it better like this?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, ma'am, you have a ticket here for careless driving. That's a 4-point violation from March 17th. Do you have a parent with you today?
I have my mother on the phone with me. She's not with me, but she can hear you.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, hold on.
All right, I heard her say, yes, I'm here. Ma'am, can I please have your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Demet Turhan, D-E-M-E-T T-U-R-H-A-N.
All right, one moment. Mrs. Turhan, did you have any questions about your daughter's rights?
No, I don't have any questions. She making mistakes and so that's
All right. So the prosecutor is offering a continuance for you to complete certain terms and conditions in exchange for a reduction to a 0-point charge of driving with an obstructed window. Those conditions are that you complete 16 hours of community service. You would have to take an Alive at 25 driving class.
Okay.
You would have to provide proof of insurance. And you would have to have no further violations during the time that your case is open. The other possible condition is restitution. Restitution is any out-of-pocket expenses that the victim of the accident may have incurred as a result of the accident. Is this your understanding of the agreement?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
And Mrs. Turhan, is this your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, I understand that.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Just give me one moment. I'm just making my notes. All right. So what we are going to do is give you a continuance of about 60 days
Okay.
for you to have time to do those things. You are going to get an email from my clerk that has the information about the class and the community service. It is your responsibility to turn those things into the court. The class can either be completed in person or online. If you choose the online class, you need to make sure that you do the Colorado class so that you take the right one.
Okay.
Your community service needs to be done at a nonprofit organization like church, school, ARC, Goodwill, animal shelter, food bank, something like that. And you'll need to get good contact information for whoever that you work for. You'll need to provide proof of your insurance coverage, which means your name needs to be listed as an authorized driver. You're not to have any new traffic violations during the time that your case is open, and I am reserving restitution. So long as you complete this agreement, the prosecutor will dismiss your original charge and give you a plea to a 0-pointer. Do you have any questions?
I do not.
Mrs. Turhan, any questions? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you that time.
I don't have any question, ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, and be on the lookout for that email. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Reagan Washington, EM 5771.
Yes, I'm right here.
Hi, Ms. Washington. Any questions about the rights advisement that you reviewed?
No,
All right, and who did you bring with you today?
my dad.
Hi there, sir. May I please get your name for the record?
Adrian Spruill, Spruell.
Thank you, Mr. Sproul. Did you have any questions about your daughter's rights?
No, ma'am.
All right, ma'am, you have a ticket for theft. This is from March 14. You and the prosecutor have an agreement to continue your case for the purpose of giving you time to complete certain conditions in exchange for a dismissal of your case. Those conditions are that you complete 16 hours of community service, you are to take a 1-day petty class, and you must write a 300-word essay about what you learned in the class. You are to have no further violations during the time your case is open, and you are to abide by a no contact order for the benefit of Walmart at 5990 Dahlia during the time that your case is open. Is this your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Sproul, is this your understanding of the agreement as well?
Yes, it is.
All right, probably heard me talk a little bit about the classic community service. Do you have any questions about those things?
No, you did say school, food bank, church.
School or church or, yeah,
Okay.
Any of those things would be good. You will get the information about how to sign up for the class. And you'll have to write that 300-word essay about what you've learned in the class and how it applies to your case.
Okay.
I am issuing a no contact order for the benefit of Walmart located at 5990 Dahlia Street.
Okay.
Any questions about these requirements?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Sproul, any questions from you?
Is it that Walmart only? No
Yes.
Okay. No further questions.
All right, so be on the lookout for that email from my clerk. Thank you both so much for your patience. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Go back. Yeah. Do you need me to make the order on those? No, I mean, not at all. So I don't need to do an order releasing bond and all that, waiving fees. I better do that. Do you think? I don't care.
mean, I know.
As long as the accounting is good. But you have the authority to waive all those fees and stuff. Okay, there you go. So given.
We're done, right?
I do need to go back and change and add the pre-sentence confinement credit on some of those.
Yes, please. Yeah.
We are done.
Are we done, Alma?
On the meeting, and I'm stopping the record.
Yeah, the one little girl I think by.